but the spirit is the same. Thankfulness, renewal and harmony with Mother Nature. This is the idea of Ek Bharat, Shrestha Bharat. Unity in Bharat was never imposed. It has always been practiced and experienced. Diversity did not weaken this nation, it enriched it. Regional languages, traditions and practices became different expressions of a common civilizational realm. Long before unity was written into policy, it was lived through the Indian culture. And that anchoring is tested through questioning. It is exactly the reason why Toghlaq matters today. In an age where opinions travel faster than thought, where volume is mistaken for conviction and outrage for engagement, Tughlaqs remind us that democracy needs depth, not noise. It insists that ideas carry responsibility, that disagreement must be anchored in reason, that public life cannot be sustained by performance alone. Over decades, this forum has reflected that seriousness. The stage has heard voices from across Indian public life. Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, senior leaders, Sri L.K. Advani ji, Sri Arun Jaitley ji, and public thinkers like Sri Cho Ramaswamy ji and Sri Guru Murthy ji, each contributing in their own way to India's political and intellectual journey. Their presence here was never ceremonial. It reflected the importance of Toghlaq as a forum where ideas are tested, not curated for comfort. Toghlaq is not merely a magazine. It is a mosaic of thoughts, ideas and diverse perspectives. It is a public institution of democracy, one that belongs neither to power nor to opposition, but to readers of the Toghlaq. Thank you, readers. And the institutional character was envisioned by one man, Sri Srinivas Raghavan Ramaswamy ji, our very own Cho Ramaswamy ji. If Toghlaq represents a method of disciplined dissent, Cho represented its conscience. He was a Rajguru. Cho was fearless but never careless. He was spectacle of power but never cynical about the republic. He questioned every government of his time. Criticism was not accidental, it was deliberate. Cho believed that democracy weakens not when leaders are criticized, but when they stop being questioned seriously. What distinguished him from others was not what he said, but how he said it. For Cho, satire was not about making fun, it was a craft. It was a moral instrument. He was a Niyandi Methai. He used humor to expose contradictions, exaggeration to reveal truth, and irony to puncture self-importance. He criticized friends openly and acknowledged merit in opponent honestly. Cho understood journalism as a public responsibility, not personal performance. Tughlaq under him carried views and positions that force readers to think rather than choose sides. That reflects deep democratic conscience. He believed those in government must be the most comfortable with questions because power without questioning weakens judgment. Democratic authority lasts only when it exercises restraint as much as strength. Even in his final days, Cho did not withdraw into a detachment. He remained alert, engaged and accountable to public life. After Cho, Toghlaq has been carried forward by Sri S. Guru Murthy ji, who has preserved its core ethos, independence, critique and national interests while applying it to the contemporary challenges of economy, culture and sovereignty. Cho life reminds us to the foundational democratic truth. Disagreement is meaningful only when it is rooted in responsibility. But what we increasingly witness today is not meaningful dissent, but a performance of despair. Across region, whether in Delhi or in Tamil Nadu, we see a familiar pattern. Some Araishul Varusu wave the constitution before television cameras and speak endlessly about democracy. Yet within their own walls, democracy is never allowed to enter. For them, leadership there is not earned, it is an inheritance. Election after election, the people of India have delivered their verdict, yet rejection has not produced introspection. Instead, it has produced a permanent state of anger where protest has become routine. Outrage replaced discussion and reform is treated as inconvenience. Born not with a silver spoon but a golden one, they see leadership, inheritance as the same thing.
जदि आपंक आम भिडी भल लगा तेब आम चैनल को लाइक शेयर और सब्सक्राइब करने को जमा भी भूलु नहीं।